But you can see here in regards to the property market, the market's starting to do well. Now last year, if you'd watched the seminar, Sydney and Melbourne were in negative growth. They'd gone down about 10-15%, but they're back in positive for Sydney. And Melbourne, it was only a small contraction, largely because of the confusion of that high vacancy factor, and not knowing where it was going to go, particularly in the apartment market. But it's now on the road to recovery because that population growth is huge there in Melbourne at the moment and has been traditionally. Now Perth led the pack at 7.5 as we predicted. And I think it's going to keep going. Why? Because it had the highest population growth at 3.3%. There is a direct correlation between population growth and price growth. So mark my words, that's going to go up even more next year, particularly when you look and see that the Perth average price is $645,000, 65% of the national average. Now what's happened is a lot of the people from Sydney and Melbourne do sell and traditionally go to Queensland, but the Queensland property prices have kicked up nicely too. 9.5% average over the last 10 years. And so when people are arriving into those markets, they're saying, hold on, I thought there was a cheaper house. There's not. Where else can I go? And Adelaide is benefiting, Perth is benefiting, where they were never on the agenda before. You talk to a lot of East Coast people, they hadn't gone to the West Coast, they haven't gone to Adelaide. But let me tell you, they're going there now and they're realising how good it is. So you can expect those markets to overperform. Sydney and Melbourne will be good performers this next 12 months as well because their population growth is back well beyond pre-COVID levels. And they're going to stay strong. Sydney is still the preferred gateway into Australia of all migrants. So you're going to see strong growth in the Australian property market for a long, long time. 5, 10 years, because that's how long it's going to take for supply to catch up. Now you see I've got here the best and the worst time. It is the best time to be a property owner. It is the best time to be investing in property. But it's the worst time to be a landlord because the regulation's getting harder, the rules are changing, the tenants are more demanding. So it's ironic that we're all being bashed as landlords, saying, oh, you're horrible, you're greedy, you should cap your rent, you should lower your rents. But it's the landlord that offers the solution to the rental affordability crisis, because if we can encourage more Australians, more foreigners to buy a property and rent it out in the market, we bring more supply. And let me tell you, no matter how fast the government goes, they can't do it to the same level, speed and quantum of general investor markets. So all we have to do is say, hey, you're not a horrible person if you're a landlord. We need you. We need rental property. If you rent your property, thank you. Thank you. I love the fact I'm living in your lovely house. Thank you. That would be a nice thing to start. But mark my words, this property market is going to have a wonderful time over the last little while. I think we were one of the only people that predicted property would do well post-COVID, during COVID. This is now next level turbocharge, and the policies of the government are not good enough to fix this in any way, shape or form. So you better hang on for the ride, get in and get your property as quick as you can, otherwise you may not be able to afford it in the future.